You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video. Hey guys, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming. Some of you know me on Twitter, The Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Heroes Advent. So the last place we left off, Cassian had followed Max into an alleyway when Max had told him to stay put, and surprise, surprise, Cassian ended up getting stabbed with a nether crystal. So he's going back to the academy for a bit of healing, and along the way we've run into Ray. I don't know. His name keeps changing. But anyway, guys, please sit back and enjoy the entertainment for the next 20 minutes, and let's jump right in. Alarm Shen, you're up. Alright, let's go. Okay. You recall Alyssa briefly talking about the Akai tree before. It was a massive ancient tree in the middle of the forest. Another crystal weapon, huh? Yeah, well, are you up for it? You could bring Cassian along too if you want. We could teach him a thing or two. Besides, we're just gonna gather some samples. Shouldn't be a high-risk operation, if anything. Sure. I could help you handling the extra packages after all. Oh, tell me about it. I've got an extra package here, all right. The dragon briefly pointed to his crotch with a wink. Oh, shut it, you big oaf. So, tomorrow morning? Yep, tomorrow morning. Anyhow, would love to keep you company, but I gotta go now. Master requires his food. Ray chuckled as he showed the same lunchbox from last time. See you later, Cassian. The dragon gave you a brief wink as he left, which you only waved back with a sigh. Tired? Yeah, I think I'll go get some rest now. Hey, don't you want to join me and Toby at the honeysuckle first? Well, maybe another time. I'd like to hit the sack early today. My feet hurt from all the walking. Consider it your first endurance training, Cassian. He chuckled. Well then, see you tomorrow at the field at 5. We'll train a bit before joining up with Rai. Sounds good. Have fun, Max. Tell Toby and Cody I said hi. Will do. Remember, 5 a.m. Don't be late. You waved the Malamute goodbye as you left for the tavern. With a sigh, you returned to your dorm. What a day. I'm exhausted. You decided to take a warm shower and went through your evening routine. You still couldn't help but feel guilty over what happened earlier. Things mightn't have ended up this way if you listened to Max. At least he didn't get hurt. You sat down at your bed, feeling a bit unwell. Your chest no longer hurt from the nether shard, but somehow there was this faint sense of dread lingering in the air. You couldn't quite put a finger on it, but you decided not to think too much about it. You tucked yourself into bed and managed to fall asleep after a moment. Oh dear. Notice the frame rate in this game is kind of off. It's weird. Beep! 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 You awake from the loud alarm as per usual. You rubbed your eyes as you sat up in bed. What is going on with the frame rate? You felt quite horrible. You couldn't remember for sure, but maybe you had another nightmare after the last one. Either way, you still felt rather drowsy. You sluggishly dragged yourself to the bathroom to get ready for the day. You felt a little better after your morning routine, despite your head hurting a little. You do remember that you were to accompany Max to the forest on an errand for today. Though you still don't know if it's going to be okay for you to tag along. You feel like you just end up lagging behind and hinder everybody. You took a deep breath to calm your thoughts before leaving for the tavern for breakfast. You arrived at the tavern and sat at the table in the back. The same waiter from the other day seemed to notice you as he made his way to your table. Oh! Hello there. A snap. Snow leopard. I love snow leopards. Good morning, sir. How may I help you? Good morning. I'm here for my free breakfast, please. Ah, noted. Would you like anything else with that? I'm good, thank you. All right, then. Please wait here while we make your order. If you require further assistance, you can call me Ashford. Thanks, Ashford. He gave you a courteous smile before heading to the kitchen. The tavern was already bustling with guild members and customers having their first meal of the day, though you haven't seen Max around just yet. You saw the waiter returning from the kitchen soon after to tend to the other patrons. Eventually, he stopped by your table with a tray. Here you go. Enjoy. Thank you. You looked down at your meal, unsure of what else you expected since it was exactly the same as yesterday. Well, at least it's free. There we go. You stared at the bowl of oatmeal porridge before digging in. At least it tasted okay, both the fruit and the oatmeal. You finished eating after a moment and left your seat to start looking around for Max. Cassian! You turned around to see Max waving his hand at you. Good morning, Max! Good morning. I see you're here already. Did you have your breakfast yet? Yep. Good, good. We're gonna have a long journey ahead of us. Now follow me. Let's go do some warm-ups. Okay. What about Ray? Ray? Oh, Rye. Well, he's waiting for us outside. Oh, okay then. You both left the building to find Ray standing shirtless on the field. He was in the middle of an exercise routine, starting with some push-ups, then jumping jacks, followed by a series of side jumps and push-ups again. He seemed to be repeating that sequence over and over again. Yo, Rye! Sorry to keep you waiting. The dragon paused to look at the Malamute. Oh, damn. Yo! Took you long enough. Hey, Cassian. He waved at you with a wink. Hello. Good morning, Ray. Morning. Sorry if I took a head start, Max. Nah, it's alright. You could use even more, you can use even more, too. I see you've gotten a bit rounder since we last met. Oh, come on. The dragon smirked before throwing a punch at the canine's stomach. But before the hit could land, the canine quickly tackled him into a headlock with his arm. See? You gotta be faster than that. Ray groped his arms and performed a somersault, breaking himself free as he ended up behind the canine. Well, who's the rusty one now, eh? The dragon gave a triumphant smirk after forcing Max into the same headlock position. Yeah, you really haven't lost your touch. Let's finish up our warm-up real quick, though. We still got errands to run. Yeah, gotcha. He released the canine from his clutch as they prepared to resume their routine, while he just stood there in awe, still trying to process whatever just happened. The whole thing looked just like those martial arts scenes in the movies you used to watch. Over here, Cassian. Max gestured you to come closer. He's already taken off his armor and began stretching. You joined them both, standing a bit behind you as you tried to follow their movements. Or at least that's what you think you were trying to do, as they were following completely different routines. You ended up standing still, scratching your head in mild confusion. Who should you follow? We're gonna go with Max. You watched Max's movement closely. He seemed to force himself into a stance, threw several punches in front of himself, then finished off with a roundhouse kick. You tried following the same routine, which didn't seem too troublesome. Up until the last part. You've seen people doing that many times in action movies before, so you closed your eyes and executed the kick as gracefully as you could, at least in your imagination. Ow, 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 ow! You yelped, almost falling over as you found yourself unable to lift your leg high enough for the kick. Whoa, easy there, Cassian. You don't have to do that last part, you know. Max stopped as he looked at you. Just the other part you should do fine for now. If you want variation, try ending it with an uppercut, like this. He quickly got back into the stance and repeated the punches before delivering the uppercut, which looked quite precise and could hurt a lot if it actually hit something. Ooh, got it! You can do that a few times in between the punches. Try to take it slow and easy. He nodded his instruction and prepared to resume your exercise. You noticed Ray was also eyeing at you all the time. He winked at you and chuckled before going back to what he was doing, which made you rather flustered. You followed the movements that Max taught you before ending with a cool-down session with Max. You also felt a lot stronger after the session. You stretched one more time before relaxing your body. You rarely ever exercised in the morning, back in your world, but doing this was very refreshing. Wow, you look like you just took a shower, Cassian. Max said as you looked at your own shirt, drenched in sweat. You could see why they both took off their shirts before the session. Yeah, all this really worked me up. I feel pretty energized now, though. Of course. That's the point of warming up, after all. He smiled at you. Now, go wash up, Cassian. We're gonna head out in 15 minutes. Oh, alright. What about my clothes, though? We can air dry it. Open the window a bit, let the air in. That should do the trick. Or you can just take it off. I don't mind. Well, I think I'll keep this on. I'll be right back. Naughty dragon. You went inside the guild's public bathroom to freshen up before going back to them. Max's carriage was already there when you returned. Took you long enough. Let's get going, Max said as you approached. Ray was already seated inside as he eyed you through the window. You also noticed the front of the carriage can actually fit 2 people. Where should you sit? We'll sit with Max. Max, can I sit next to you? Alright, but there's plenty of room in the back. You sure you want to be in the front? What's this? Oh, okay. Yep, I want to see the scenery. Okay, just be careful. It's gonna get bumpy when we're outside the city. You might fall off if you don't hold on tight. And the forest beasts will come out to eat you! Ray chimed in from behind. What? Forest beasts? Max's smile vanished as you looked in the eye without a word. But Max, are we gonna encounter wild beasts? He scooted close to your side with a dead serious look on his face, only to burst into laughter all of a sudden. Nah, we're just messing with you. Hop on. You breathed a sigh of relief as you climbed up to the front seat. And I was starting to worry there for a second. The forest beast you guys mentioned, there's no such thing, right guys? Here we go. Max seemed to ignore you as he signaled the wolves to go. But Max? The canine only smiled at you. Max, you bastard. The carriage gradually reached a steady pace, and you were out of the city after a while. You could already pick up the humid, grassy smell of the forest from miles away. The carriage passed through a bridge at the edge of the forest before stopping at a wooden mansion along the way. Max slowly steered the vehicle into an open yard with specific lines marked on the ground and other carriages parked in an orderly fashion. Here we are, at the wooden ledge. We'll leave our ride here for now and continue on foot, Max said as you hopped off to stretch a little. Ugh, that was a long trip, alright. Well, not as long as Alyssa's, but still. Hate to break it to you, but this is just the beginning, Cassian. We're gonna have hours of forest trekking ahead of us. Ray smirked as he patted your back playfully. Well, I'm gonna hand over the permit. Be right back. He went into the building as you waited outside with Max. You two chatted a little bit about the journey so far, among some other miscellaneous topics. After a while, you could see the dragon leaving the mansion. It's all done? Yep, all done. We got an entry permit for 3. Now, let's get going. This path here will take us right to the tree. You nodded as Ray led the way along the dirt road trailing into the forest. You've been walking for a while. The vegetation grew even denser at each turn of the road. You tried to keep up with Ray, but he seemed very agile, as if he's been here for the 100th time. Even Max seemed lost sometimes, so occasionally the dragon would slow down for you both to catch up. After a few more hours crossing rivers, climbing rocks, and giant tree roots, you finally arrived at a log bridge overlooking the big river beneath. Here! Across this river is our destination! Ray pointed to the other side of the bridge. Just a little bit more and we'll arrive at the acai tree. About time. Max sighed while stretching a bit. Hiking is not exactly my forte. I'd prefer much rather catching criminals than wading through bushes and climbing rocks. So we're gonna cross the river then. Is it safe? Yeah, it's safe. I've been here several times, so I can say that with confidence. Ray gave you a thumbs up as he nonchalantly sprinted across the bridge. Well then, what are we waiting for? Come on over. This feels unsafe to me. You said hesitantly. Ray was already at the end of the bridge, hopping over onto dry land at the last step. Just try not to fall. Max gave you a reassuring smile. And don't look down. You gulped, treading cautiously as the logs creaked against your steps. Eventually you breathed a sigh of relief, having arrived on the other side. Finally! You know we have to cross that bridge again on our way back, right? Gah! No! You hurried along with the two. After some time, you could see a giant tree up ahead through the tree lines. Whoa, is that the... what's it again? Aki tree? Acai tree. Yeah. The inspiration for the Guardian Crystal. Inspiration? Heh, keep going. I'll explain more in a bit. Ooh. You arrived at the tree. Its gigantic presence towered above a large part of the forest. It looked even bigger than the Guardian Crystal now that you're up close. There were crystals of various shapes and colors growing along many of its ancient branches. Sometimes the crystals would shine in unison, giving the tree a heavenly radiance. Whoa! Are those magic crystals? Yep. Those are magic and energy crystals to be exact. The tree absorbs minerals from the soil, and those minerals would in turn grow into crystals. They resonate to one another with such harmony that they form a barrier that could ward off nether beings. Just like the Guardian Crystal. Yep, exactly. It's been a long time since I last came here. Indeed, it has been a while. So, we're gonna harvest those crystals? Yeah, the magic and energy crystals from the Acai are quite unique. They're easier to use than ordinary crystals, and even the energy ones can channel elemental magic. I'm not really sure why that's the case, though. Maybe it's because the crystals here both came from and are possessed by a living being. Either way, Alex wanted to use them to make some magic weapons. Whew, I see. But if it's easier and more convenient to use, why not just mine them all? And leave this part of the forest unprotected? Well, just so you know, unlike the Guardian Crystal, the tree's protection depends entirely on the harmony of the crystals. Since the crystals are still rough and unpolished, any changes on them would cause the shield to grow or shrink. But we're still gathering them, right? Wouldn't that disturb the harmony? Yeah, but not if we know which one to harvest. The effect should be minor at most, such that it wouldn't weaken the shield. Ah, got it. Now, let's see. Hup! Hup, hup. Ray jumped onto one of the crystals poking out from the main branches, stopping it a little. Too big. He then hopped to a different cluster, stomped it a bit, then switched to a different branch, then repeated the process, trying to find the suitable one. Whoa, you're not coming, Max? Oh, nah. I'm gonna wait here until he gets the right one. Dragons can detect magical energy fields better than other creatures. I wouldn't be of much help. Oh, found it already? Max asked as the dragon seemed to stop at a cluster on the far side. Yeah, something feels off, though. What is it? I'm not really sure myself. The magic in this one seems to behave a little odd. Odd? Like what? Well, nothing. Maybe it's just my imagination. It's been a while, after all. Right. Is it good for harvesting, at least? Yeah, I'm getting to it. Ray stomped the crystal a little as it seemed to slightly dislodge from the cluster. Yep, we can take this one. All right, I'm heading over. There we go. Okay. Don't hurt yourself on the way up, Ray smirked. Ha ha, very funny. Max jumped to a crystal, almost slipping as he barely missed the landing. Oof! Ha! What did I tell you? You're getting old. Better watch your steps. Yeah. Max slowly made his way up the branches while the dragon enjoyed his fit of laughter. He looked at them from below the tree. Max was already catching up to Ray at about half the tree's height. Maybe I should join them too, you thought to yourself when you suddenly felt the urge to relieve something. You finally realized that you should have used the toilet at the checkpoint before heading into the forest. Guys? What is it, Cassian? I need to do number 1. Number 1? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, well, I need to use the toilet. Ah, well, there's no toilet around here in the middle of the forest, but I'm sure you know how to take care of that, right? Do keep away from the tree, though. Oh, you're right, but, what? Do you think we'd watch you from up here? Come on, Cassian. I mean, I'm curious, too, but even I still have morals, you know. Wow, Rye. Max seemed to facepalm as the dragon chuckled. Just messing with you, as always. Well, if you want some privacy that badly, take the small road past the tree, then turn left. That should take you straight to the river clearing. Okay, thanks. He started running right away, feeling like he'd leak any moment soon. Be careful, all right, Cassian? I will. Oh, Lord. The path led you to a fork in the road. Ah, shoot. Where do I need to turn again? Oh. Oh, my God. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, no, God. Let's go back. What did he say? What did he say? You straight to the river clearing. Brothers would take the small road past the tree, then turn left. Okay. Turn left. Left. What happens? I wonder what happens if you turn right. Well, let's save that part right here. I am a bit curious as to what happens if you go right. Now, probably something not safe for work, so we're gonna go left. I think this way. You sprinted along the left side. Even after just a moment, you could feel the forest getting less dense until you saw an opening up ahead. You arrived at a small clearing close to a river, as Ray mentioned. This must be it! Phew! You headed to the side of the river and started doing your thing. After emptying your bladder, you let out a massive sigh of relief. You spent a moment admiring the view as you felt at ease again. You remember going to the city forest quite a few times back then, either for camping or just on your own sometimes. You still aren't really sure where the fascination came from, but it's still a unique feeling, something you got to experience again during your stay at Alyssa's. Perhaps you just enjoyed nature, the cool breeze of the forest, the birds chirping, and the gentle gushing of the river. It all felt so soothing in a way you couldn't put into words. He took a deep breath before heading back to the giant tree. When he arrived, Max and Ray were already back on the ground working on some just big chunk of crystals. He's blip. He lets a blip. I'm back. Ah, welcome back, Cassian. Thanks, Max. So you guys are done? What are you doing? We're sorting through the crystals, Ray said, carefully chipping at the surface with his chisel. Gotta turn them into smaller bits since we can't really carry all them huge chunks back home. Well, I mean, I can, but this old mutt here would probably collapse under the pressure. He chuckled. Said the one nearly getting crushed by that falling cluster. Hey, you're lucky that my body is sturdy. Imagine if it was on Cassian instead. Yeah, we could always find another hero if things go south. You betcha. They both laughed almost at the same time. That's adorable. Alright, guys, I'm going to pause it right here. I will go back and see what was at that part. I'm kind of curious. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, leave a tip if you can. It always helps. Until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!